it's Aseel Soueid from Soueid Strong Fitness, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about something that is very controversial in a way that I have never been able to find a video on YouTube. So like 2 years ago, I always want to find information like this, which what I'm going to be talking about in this video is, can type 1 diabetics practice flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros, whatever you want to call it. And I've never been able to find videos about topics like that, you know what I mean? So I really sat back one day and told myself I need to start making videos that I always try to look up on YouTube about 2 years ago, before I had a YouTube channel or any following at all, and never was able to find. Until this day, I was never able to find it. So I kind of had to take the long path and pretty much experiment with trial and error with everything I've struggled with as a type 1 diabetic with bodybuilding. So now that I have this YouTube channel, I have a small following, but still people to watch these videos, I can discuss my experiences on these topics and help so many of you out that were just like me, who were trying to find these videos, these topics, and were never able to find them on YouTube. I guarantee you there is not going to be another YouTube video, if you search YouTube right now, other than mine, about type 1 diabetics and flexible dieting, if it fits your macros. So here's my take on it, guys. Yes, type 1 diabetics can practice flexible dieting to a certain extent. Now, you see a lot of people, like a lot of YouTubers, whatever, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or anything, but most of the time they're eating 80% healthy, you know, healthy, I mean micro-friendly, dense foods, you know, organic, and things you typically think of like brown rice, sweet potatoes, broccoli, chicken, tilapia, all that stuff. And then maybe 20% of their diet is, I guess, junk, you know, well, processed foods or sweets, all that stuff. So you see a lot of people, obviously, that take flexible dieting to an extreme. There's extremists with anything out there in the world, guys, and same thing with nutrition and fitness, you know? So you can definitely contradict each other, and they do that with flexible dieting, because their diet literally consists like 50-60% processed foods, and then like 30-40% is really only just whole foods and healthy foods that really we should be eating as human beings. But obviously, if you're trying to do like 80%, 20%, that's great. But anyways, back to the topic with diabetics. We can't really eat like 3-4 servings of ice cream at night. You see, you know, the typical flexible dieter, he saves, you know, some macros at night to have like a nice large bowl of ice cream or something, or whatever you enjoy, like sweets or something, or donuts. You see a lot of people eating donuts. Yeah, I don't really think that's a great idea for diabetics, because let me give you guys a great example that's really going to put things in perspective for you. So right over here we got a bowl of broccoli, and then right over here we have one of these ice cream sandwiches. So let's just say you have, okay, this is like 25 grams of carbs. Obviously you have to take insulin when you have carbohydrates as a type 1 diabetic, but this is like 25 grams of carbs, and this is, okay, this is probably like 4 grams of carbs, but let's just say we had 25 grams of carbs worth of broccoli. Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot of broccoli. That's like 6 to 8 of these bowls, alright? So let's just say we have a choice of eating 8 servings of this broccoli, 25 grams of carbs worth of this broccoli, so same amount of carbs as this, right? Or just this ice cream, 25 grams worth of carbs of this ice cream. Now, a lot of people, flexible dieters will say that a carb is a carb and a calorie is a calorie, no matter from what source it comes from. I don't really believe in that, because here's a great example. Let's just say a diabetic is eating 10 grams of carbs for every 1 unit of insulin they're taking. So let's say I'm going to take 2.5 units, right, for whatever I decide to eat. Either the broccoli, 25 grams of carbs, or the ice cream, which is 25 grams of carbs. So that's 2.5 units, right? Guys, if I take 2.5 units for 20 grams of carbs worth of broccoli versus this, my blood sugar is going to get a lot, it's just going to be completely different. My blood sugar is going to get low if I take insulin for broccoli, because the carbs in broccoli is a lot different than just the pure simple sugars in this ice cream. This is very fast acting. Like, the thing about sweets, guys, this is why I say flexible dieting to a T. You have to follow it very cautiously because sugar spikes up blood sugars. That's just common sense. That's how it runs in your body. And that's why I don't really believe every carb is the same, because it's not. I mean, I have proof with my insulin. If I take 2 units for this, my blood sugar might spike up a bit, then regulate. If I take 2 units for this, my blood sugar is just gonna drop. See what I'm saying? So it has 2 complete different effects to my body, and obviously it affects my blood sugar big time. So that's why I personally would recommend using flexible dieting, or if it fits your macros, only as a macro counting tool. So just to figure out your calories and how much macros you need to hit, whatever, 300 carb, 70 fat, and like say 180 protein or something. I'm just throwing out numbers there. So use that as a way to practice logging in all your numbers and eat as healthy as possible. I'm not saying be extreme with it. Fit in things you enjoy. I always fit in things I enjoy, except I'm always being extremely cautious because I get, say, like low sugar things that like artificial sweetener, because guys, we're diabetic. We can't be eating sweets and stuff like that. I hate to break it to you. I really, really, really do, guys. All you diabetics out there, but we're different, man. We don't have the luxury of eating sugars and stuff whenever we want. I don't care how fit you are. You see all these really skinny people, fit people, whatever, eating whatever they want, like quit sugars and everything as much as they want. They're still fit, obviously, but we can't do that because our blood sugars, no matter how fit we are, because we don't produce insulin, and we always have to be extremely cautious with what kinds of carbs we're taking in. We don't just look at it as a carb's a carb and a calorie is a calorie, okay? Obviously, your main focus is the calories, but not when you're a diabetic. Your main focus is 100 different avenues. You have to realize, guys, like I said, I hate to break it to you, but this is the truth. When you are a type 1 diabetic, your life is a bit harder, and you're going to have to handle it. You're going to have to suck it up, and you're going to have to embrace it, and you're going to have to say, let's get it, baby. You know, I'm going to do my best to be the best diabetic out there, and I'm not going to let it get me down. Because like I said, if you're not a diabetic, you just got one avenue, carbs, calories, whatever it is, hit your numbers, you don't have to worry about anything. When you're a diabetic, man, you have 100 different factors. So what kind of carbs am I consuming? How many carbs am I consuming? Is the kind of carb I'm consuming going to be fast acting? Is it going to be slow acting? Am I about to work out after I eat this kind of carb? So literally 100 different factors that a diabetic will not have to think of. So I'm just saying, keep it as healthy as possible. Know what kind of carbs you're taking in. You know, stay away from sugars if you can, as much as possible. If you really do love sugars, just get like low sugar stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those half sugar ice creams, all that stuff. You know what I mean? You can find a lot, guys. We're in the U.S. They have a lot of alternatives. We have a lot of luxuries when it comes to food, lower calorie foods and lower sugar foods. So that's my answer to you guys for diabetes or type 1 diabetes, and if it fits your macros, or otherwise known as flexible dieting. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this, guys, because as I said, on YouTube, you cannot find any of these topics. At least I have 100 different topics in my head that I would have loved to have been answered, and if I had the knowledge back then, I totally would have made videos on it, but I just remembered, you know, I need to start doing more videos like these. So please, thank you so much for watching, and please like the video, comment down below, guys, and subscribe to my channel. There's going to be plenty more informative videos like this. I really hope this helped you out. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, stay strong.
Can I tell when things are going with girl?